In wake of Kyle Rittenhouse verdict, ACLU says authorities in Kenosha enabled white Melissa members who went after protesters. Kenosha, Wisconsin, November 19. Kyle Rittenhouse enters the courtroom to hear the verdict in his trial prior to being found not guilty on all counts at the Kenosha County Courthouse on November 19, 2021. In Kenosha, Wisconsin, Rittenhouse was found not guilty of all charges in the shooting of 3 demonstrators, killing 2 of them during a night of unrest that erupted in Kenosha after a police officer shot Jacob Blake 7 times in the back while being arrested in August 2020. Rittenhouse from Antioch, Illinois, claimed self-defense, who at the time of the shooting was armed with an assault rifle. The American Civil Liberties Union on Friday tweeted that the acquittal of Kyle Rittenhouse amounted to an outrageous failure to protect protesters by authorities in Kenosha. Rittenhouse was acquitted of all charges on Friday after his trial for shooting 3 people, killing 2 of them in Kenosha last year. He had 5 counts, including charges of first-degree reckless homicide, first-degree reckless endangerment, first-degree intentional homicide, and attempted first-degree attempted homicide. He faced up to life in prison had he been convicted. There was no question Rittenhouse shot anyone, and the trial boiled down to whether he was legitimately acted in self-defense. He had been charged in connection with the shooting of 3 people in August 2020 during protests over the police shooting of Jacob Blake. Rittenhouse shot and killed Joseph Rosenbaum and Anthony Huber, and wounded Gag Grosskutz. I apologize for butchering those names. During the widespread civil unrest in Kenosha after Blake was shot by police. Breaking: Kyle Rittenhouse was found not guilty of the fatal shooting of 2 and injured of another during the protest over the shooting of Jacob Blake by Kenosha Police Department. The ACLU reported that police had actually encouraged white militia members to become armed vigilantes during the unrest. Let me read that again. The ACLU reported that police had actually encouraged white militia members to become armed vigilantes during the unrest. Well, certain things make a lot more sense, especially considering why the police didn't arrest Kyle when they had the chance. They actually wanted this to happen. Basically, that's what they're implying. So, yeah, makes sense. Months of research and open records requests have uncovered many incidences in which police encourage white militia members to become armed vigilantes in the streets due to their failure to control the crowd. Wow. What does that tell you? Legitimate question. What does this tell you? I know what it tells me, but what does it tell you? The ACLU tweeted, despite Kyle Rittenhouse conscious decision to travel across state lines and injure 1 person and take the lives of 2 people protesting the shooting of Jacob Blake by police, he was not held responsible for his actions. Unfortunately, this is not surprising. The ACLU reported its investigation that exposed how Kenosha law enforcement used violence against protesters and drove them toward white militia groups in ways that escalated tension and almost entirely led to these shootings. It is far too easy to overlook the impact that violence in defense of white supremacy has on black and brown communities, the ACLU tweeted. The ACLU accused police in Kenosha of enabling white supremacist militia members to go up against people who were exercising their First Amendment right to protest against Jacob Blake's shooting. The result of this failure was bloodshed and loss of lives and trauma, the ACLU tweeted. No one should be targeted, threatened, or attacked for exercising our First Amendment right to protest. It is our right to protest and demand justice. We'll be watching to ensure no one, including law enforcement, interferes with that right. Okay, so real quick, I have no idea what the ACLU even is, so I'm not even gonna take them seriously. I have no idea who they are. So because of that, I'm not very confident in what they say. But with this information that they brought out, right? What does that tell you? It tells you that beforehand, police were actively encouraging white supremacists to go out and kill people. Oh wait! You honestly think that the white supremacists will actually go out and like control the crowd, right? You actually expected them to be fair and honest, white supremacists? Really? Are you kidding? Seriously, you expected that to happen? I mean, sure, it might until they see a black person. 1, 2, 3, it doesn't even matter. But regardless, this tells you that police wanted this type of thing to happen in the first place. That's why they didn't arrest Kyle when they had the chance. They wanted this to happen. They wanted bloodshed. That's what they wanted. And so, at this point, you shouldn't expect them to help you out. Well, at this point, you can't consider them to be heroes if all they're really doing is encouraging violence. That's what I'm saying. It's clear to me that they did it and they'll probably do it again. What's stopping them from doing it again? Nothing. Even if they can't, they can do it in other ways. Hell, they can make a whole different account and still encourage people to go down there. Like, come on now. This makes a lot more sense when you think about it. They ain't on your side. Hell, if you're black, they ain't on your side, bro. Especially if you're black, they ain't on. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't. They don't care about. They don't care about you. They don't care about your rights. All they care about is making themselves look good. That's all they care about. That's all they care about. And this thing with Kyle, right? So Kyle found not guilty. There's no doubt in my mind that because of this, there will be a lot more people who saw this and now who will look up to Kyle. And when they see what he did and how he got away with it, they would want to do the exact same fucking thing. Especially with all these social protests happening in some cities right now. Yeah, I'm not calling a riot. I'm using the exact words of Martin Luther King. Social protest. To me, that feels more right to say. Now, some people would say that Kyle isn't that bad considering everyone else that was at Kenosha and destroying property and shit like that. Okay, but the fact is, he had a rifle, he had a gun, and he went across state lines. Okay, he went across state lines with that weapon, right? Looking for trouble. That's what happened, and he found it. This is the same individual that put his hands on a female at school. That's the very same individual. Him and Floyd aren't that much different. They really not. Not really. Hell, they're both criminals. Let's get that clear right now. Kyle is no doubt a criminal. Oh wait, you think that courtroom will change my mind, bro? You think I'll take what happened in there seriously? Are you fucking stupid? Nah. Let me be more clear about that. Let me be more clear. Do you honestly expect me to believe that what happened in that courtroom was right and just? Do you honestly expect me to believe that? Did you not see the fuckery that was going on in there? Did you not realize that what was happening was basically kangaroo court? If that courtroom wasn't like, if that court, like, bro, if that courtroom was so fucking ridiculous and racist, it never proved the idea that the system is not for everyone. Excuse me. If Kyle was a black individual, it would have been a closed case. If Kyle was black, they would have used the evidence that they had at the time that the judge refused to bring to the table. They will use all that evidence and more against him. They will do that. But they didn't, because he was white. Because he was white. A white, violent, white supremacist sympathizer. Because this is the same guy that went over to the Proud Boys, right? He hang out with them niggas, right? And Proud Boys, they're a bunch of neo-Nazi fascists, right? And they're basically white supremacists also. Fuck it, they're everything the white man to how I say this? They're everything that the white man is, right? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, they're racist, they're fascists, they're every single thing that America has a problem with, right? And yet, you have people that look up to them. You'll have people saying that they're true Americans. Those very same people are probably a bunch of racist bastards when you really think about it. I don't give a fuck if the leader is fucking Cuban or whatever. I don't care. He ain't black. He ain't black, is he? He ain't black. And that's it. For those who want to point out that, yeah, it actually has black members, that really doesn't matter to me, because it's obvious to me that those 18 black members have pretty much self-hate in their heart. They hate themselves. They obviously hate themselves. It's so clear to see. They obviously, because if you truly loved and respected yourself, you wouldn't join them. Not really. They love bringing everyone down. You do realize that some of these members actually participated in racist events, right? You do realize that. And you do realize that even if that wasn't the case, every single one of them looked down upon women. Every single one of them. They believe that women belong nowhere but the kitchen. And you still gonna support that? You still gonna support that? Come on now. Sad. Just sad. There's no doubt in my mind that death will come from this. And instead of white, instead of red, it's going to be black. It's definitely going to be black. You know, with this in mind, I hope some of y'all wake up to the bullshit and take it seriously, because excuse me, and take it seriously, because one of these days, civil war is bound to happen, in my opinion. Now, I'm not gonna say this is a fact, okay? From how I view things and what I have learned and experienced, there's no doubt in my mind that civil war is bound to happen, right? So for the people who share my view on that, when it happens, you need to be prepared to fight. Because whether you don't like violence, whether you believe that we shouldn't go up the government because either it's a fool's errand, or it can get better, or that the system can get better if you really try hard enough, or some bullshit like that. Know that when it does happen, you won't have a choice. You either fight or you die. Either way, you're gonna get caught in the crossfire. So you have to make a choice on where you stand. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna fight, or you're just gonna accept whatever happens to you? That's a real question you need to ask yourself.